You are listening to M-Sol Deep in the Mix. We give a deeper sound to your life.
Hello, traders. Welcome to the stream. Where Bitcoin's down another, at the lows is down 5% plus. And marking down, right? I mean, no real bids meaningful, right? Kind of stopped selling yesterday, but late into the evening, early into the morning, the dump commenced after we broke that key $91,000 level. The range low, and it looks like we got a date with the 200-day simple moving average. Could see it today, maybe by the close. We got 4 hours 36 minutes till the daily close. That's 81,758. If you look left, understand nothing here. So why not 200 moving average? Probably. You might catch a reaction off that or not, whatever. They break below it, whatever. Price might correlate there for a little bit. At some point, the oscillators on the lesser time scales will get cooked, way oversold, and you'll catch some sort of reflexive rally or something. But it would maybe only be to run to go test 90,000, 91,000 as resistance for maybe rolling over again. But yeah, not really great. I mean, 3 days, man, right? In less than 3 days. Bitcoin from its highest point to its lowest point lost 13.67% of its value. Yeah, and some people were like, Wyckoff distribution. It's not Wyckoff distribution due to the volume or whatever. And it's like, oh, okay, well, I mean, the last points of supply were there, the upthrust, everything else was there. So it looked pretty bad to me. Even though nothing was certain, right? We knew just there was a battleground at 90K, and we knew the context was after all this last point of supply, right? That you probably weren't going to hold this time, and you didn't at all. Good God. Nvidia earnings. Get your coin out, and you flip it. And what you think would happen is not going to happen, okay? 7%, I think, implied volatility on that one. So it's going to gap up or gap down 7% after hours, but then it could just do nothing. It could be up 7%, then down 7%, and then close down 3%, you know, whatever. Like, it's going to be insane. But yeah, we talked about Fibonacci, 83K from this wick low to high. But we also talked about anchoring from the low point to high point before this crazy price action. Like the 1272 was hit right at the lows. 83.9, we got to 83.5 less than 30 minutes ago. Yeah, we've rallied off those lows by about 1,000 points. We were up 1,500 off the lows. But you can just see that, okay, starting to, what was that? Nothing. So if we're talking about fib extensions, you got one. The next one is 81K, the 200 moving average. That makes sense. Good candidate area too. And then if you wanted a gold mean ratio of this structure up here, from this lowest low to highest high, it's 76. Let's just say 77,000. It says 76,996. Okay, 77K. And why does that make sense? Of a level, we've already discussed it, right? Bitcoin futures. I'm from the future. I'm from the gap fill at 77.4. And you think, oh, that's a prominent area to be filled now. You do have a gap to the upside, 93.9. Okay, well, that'll eventually fill too. But what if they fill 77.4 first and then rally to fill 93.9? So, yeah, you look left, you understand nothing's here, man. Nothing. So any bounce we get would be pretty random outside of, you say, well, that minor 1272 held. Okay. Thing about the 200 here is due to lack of 7 days of trading, the moving average is actually lower than it is on spot price. We're not far removed from it on spot, but down here, look on futures, it's 76.3. I mean, it's below the gap fill. And if we're getting a 76.3, might as well just go ahead and test the old all-time high from March of last year. Getting that 74K, and then the zone 72.5, 74K, the zone of inflection. Might as well at this point if we go any lower, you know. So that's the Bitcoin update. Sorry, we're not congregating here early for better circumstances, but this is typically sometimes what happens. We had plenty of those right on the way up. Plenty of euphoric pump streams, 100K. We're in Disney World. We're out on the patio, man. We're freaking out. Everything's good. Indicators using, this is just the MACD histogram without the signal lines, because the signal lines oftentimes give too many false readings. This is just the relative strength index. That's it. That's it, man. Now, RSI on Bitcoin futures, bearish control zone sitting at 32.4, lowest level since August 5th. We're not even oversold yet. In fact, we haven't even been oversold on Bitcoin CME futures since August of 2023. Wow. So you're just rivaling, lowest level in months. And going back to spot price on Bitcoin, as we were oversold for the first time yesterday since August 5th, now our relative strength index is trading at its lowest level since August 21st, 2023. I guess Jesus chimes, right? Okay, what, year and a half lows on daily RSI. What are we sitting at? Sitting at 23.89. Very seldom are you seeing that. And if you are, you're not seeing it for long. Okay. Big yikes. Big yikes. It's just cool to know that Wyckoff distribution schematic, it didn't look great. The altcoins, some looked awful. Their selling pressure hasn't been that immense today due to the fact that they've already been decimated. It's gonna be Mike.
Big Mike .886 tipped $100. Join the Citadel if you got wrecked by this price action. We have been watching this unfold since January. Respect the DA.
Thank you, Big Mike, for the hundo. Well, Big Mike was the first one that kind of really got my eye on the Black Ops distribution schematic. I mean, we know what it is, right? But we don't really, you're like, dang, man. But then, like, this month, right? This whole month was what I think really set the tone for it. Like up here, do you really know about last points of supply? Well, you test the level, you rally, then all this ideolated, anemic price action was just indicative of last point supply, and then just roll over Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's like happy days, okay? All right. Yeah, the altcoins, some just not wrecked that bad due to the fact that I think the sellers have already exited, right? And so you're just running out of people to sell, so they're just not dumping as much. But then you go to Solana, it's down 9% again today. Ethereum's down like 8% or whatever. We'll look at those. We can. Look at this. I don't think you want to see this, dude. Okay. Jonathan, how are the totals doing? Are we doing okay? Do you think we're good, chat? Ask Jonathan the question.
I like turtles.
That's his answer.
There's bears out here.
All I can say is
Very bad, boys. Very bad.
breaking the 200-day simple moving average. Lowest price seen since November 11th. Oh, look what they've done. They've tested the March 15th high. That is what was touched and tested at the lows today before the bounce. And so not holding that, well, you're thinking 2.6, 2.58. You don't hold 2.58, well, 2.3, 2.2. Those are more formidable levels. But yeah, they confirmed that top. Pathetic, lower high, and then just this weakness right here, that big breakdown below all the key levels, right? It's just crazy to think that you had pictures of monkeys and potatoes and rocks going for $1 million+ years ago. It's ancient history now, and guess what? Trading lower than then. Oh yeah, crypto, what is it? A huge grift joke scam. Okay, that's all it is. Bitcoin's cool. Crypto, though, has not really found its place in this world. Not really. Nope. You can say all you want, but dude, what about VeChain and the logistics and Cardano doing whatever it's doing, and Basic Attention Token's got a web browser, dude? Come on. I mean, yeah, but how do you gauge their value? You can't. Well, we try using technicals, and it'd be that 88% retrace, fib extension, M shapes completing, good context areas. Talking about Bitcoin. Oh, okay. Well, that saved Bitcoin, man. Well, let me know what happens on that. So, yeah. Okay. Well.
Since we started out on Bitcoin, let's go further into crypto.
Old Ethereum trading near its lows of the day, but not just the lows of the day. Trading, I mean, you know, okay, lowest price since the liquidation event February 3rd, but let's be real, breaking supports we were testing and flirting with throughout October. So I guess 21.27 is your target, and that's it. 21.27. How about, yeah, how about 1973? How about just the demand line of this downtrend, this channel? That, like, if you sold it today, it'd be 1973. And you lower, you see it's moving target. So, okay, remember Eric Trump? Buy Ethereum now. Thank me later. That tweet was literally, I was watching it when it happened, 2887. After that crash and it rallied, that's when he tweeted. Ethereum is currently down 21.4% since the tweet. Okay, so that's what happens when you listen to people that have nothing to do with crypto, right? That are just, okay, I'm going to buy, and I'm going to tell everyone else to buy. All right, well, good luck. You know, it's crappy. The oscillators on the daily don't even look good. There's like nothing about them that even are endearing yet. No exhaustion from sellers. Yeah, so we got some downside potential, more of it anyway. I mean, you're talking 7 to 10 to 15, 14% downside. But just before you see other levels, like where you are right now is kind of just, okay, straight up and down, a bunch of different times up and down. Okay, so another 7, 8% downside just from here minimum. But dude, it's already down 8+% today. Yeah, well, again, down 20%. Down 20% roughly in 3 days. I mean, from that high, that was about the same price where Eric Trump tweeted. It was just a while ago. Yeah, I mean, you were hitting. Remember, we were looking at, oh man, February 23rd, highest daily candle close since the 3rd. Let's freaking go. Outperforming Bitcoin, and it's gone. Cannot trust crypto in a trend like this. Good God. So you got that one. Then you got XRP, which didn't look good. I'm sorry. I mean, below 265 after that price action. Why would you? I was here for free on stream talking about the evening star reversal and then the follow through. And it's like, dude, it's just you're begging for 190, 196. You're not there yet, I know, but like give it time. And then at that point, we can't even take action. We then would need to assess what type of price action correlation we get there. What happens if they just break through it like nothing? You just can't want to own it. And you haven't been wanting to own it, I think, really since we rejected 272. Levels matter, man. They really do. Price action correlation to levels really matters. Why would you blame Trump? When Trump got elected, Bitcoin went up 60% in 5 weeks. At this point, you have no one to blame but yourself. Look in the mirror.
Bear market confirmed. You all ready for another 3 to 4 year bear market? Had fun, crypto brothers. Thank Trump for rugging us. But movement coin reserve ready. Send BTC to 40k. 0.04071330 LTC.
I'm rich. Feels good, man.
Is that a joint?
Bobo Man Bun. Bobo Man Bun double tap. Thank you so much for 420. Who was that before? Someone was dooming and glooming. Like, holy crap. Grand Dragon Bear King. What's up, dude? Thanks for the Litecoin.
Call me crazy, but my conspiracy on why SPY no longer has significant drops is market makers completely control areas they want traded. All actual moves occur in pre and after market hours. Sus bruh.
Bro, that's not like Ethereum. That's old. That's old news. You want to see the chart on that? We'll see if I can find it. We'll see if I can find this thing. Maybe I won't be able to find it. Someone should be able to find it. There's a chart I have somewhere in the archives of my camera roll somewhere that shows almost all the price action. Like if you took out pre-market and post-market trading from the stock market, the S&P 500 would be flat. It would make like nothing. So someone find me that, post in Discord so I can show it on stream. You know what I'm talking about if you're watching. Should look for it. I think it's on X somewhere, but anyway, yeah. And stock market, I mean, like, it's not even a big deal, dude. It's like, oh no, it rolled over because Trump's doing 25% tariffs on the EU now, which good, you know, whatever. Fine, short-term pain. Okay, market doesn't like tariff talk. Doesn't like anything that changes the status quo, which is currently how it is. If it's changing, oh my God, bots freak out. It's like already like, you know, it was down worse and now it's off the lows. You know, S&P only down 0.27% on the 4 hour. I mean, on the daily, are they up? They were. No, they're down now. Okay, I get it. So, yeah, I mean, that just looks right. I mean, we know it's an extension pattern, the W shape. This looks like buyer exhaustion. I mean, the price action, exhaustion. I can't keep doing this, man. Eventually, the buyers will just relent and you'll get just a more significant drawdown. But it doesn't mean that we're imploding. We're going to go into a bear market recession. It just means like, dude, when's the last time we had a 10% correction? Was this 10%? I think it was, maybe. Yeah, 10% correction. You know, that was back from July to August.
Just starting. Y'all better run for the exits before everything nukes 70 to 80% from here. Sell and walk away. Tariffs gonna wreck everything like COVID did. 0.04100714 LTC.
Oh, thanks for Litecoin. Still making me FOMO into that, which is crazy because Litecoin was really strong today. Yeah, so, I mean, it's still so close to all-time highs. Look at this thing. I mean, just... But locally, it does look kind of... the price action looks like exhaustion. But okay, let's just keep it going, man. Earnings season's going to prop us up now, right? Yeah, so not even a big deal. We had a news event that really just didn't really manifest into a big drawdown. I mean, okay, we'll say from the highs, once the announcement was made, it had a 1.3% drop. Meh, not a big deal. Okay. So anyway, XRP still waiting on 196, 190, and then we'll be waiting for something to develop. We'll be waiting for a structure or something, and if they don't hold it, then you're going to break that, and you have a long way down. That's like Bitcoin's 90K, is XRP's 190. Think about it like that. So you could oscillate last point supply stuff here.
Pain for who though? SPY holds no matter what. Like why? Oh yeah, cause Mag 7 only up. Right guys? Can't wait for the flush down. Disbelieve.
Well, Greg P, how about Tesla breaking that critical support today? At least today. All right, we've just lost 84K again. When we were, I think when the stream, when my face presented itself to you, I think we were at 84.5 or something. So just sitting right around that level near the lows of the day. Well, the low was 83.3. It's hard to tell now, right? I mean, it doesn't look like much, but dang, that's 700 points. We're off the lows still. So, okay, XRP still wait and see. Still waiting for 190. Okay, then we looked at Ethereum.
Start saving for 10 cent Doge.
Is that a
10 cent Doge? Oh, well, remember, that was the old entry before all the election stuff. All right, let's go to Solana. We'll get to Doge. Woo! Sorry, man. I know it's... Don't like... When I see something so disgusting, I'm just like, whoa. You know, I inflect. So this thing, right, it hit its lowest level just moments ago. Lowest level since September 18th. And... yeah, that's the trade setup entry. You're sitting at the trade setup entry back from September. September 13th was the trade setup posted. Target 3 was this. And now it is fully round tripped. And remember, as a swing trader, people will be like asking, is this a good time to buy? And it's like, no, because you don't want, I mean, look, scalpers do that. They take gambles. These are higher risk situations where after a long extended drawdown like this, I mean, that is straight up disgusting. Think about this here. In a period of 36 days, Solana has lost 56% of its value. Unheard of. That's crash beyond crash, okay, on an asset. So yeah, you don't, just because we get to a level of inflection doesn't mean you have enough evidence for a good swing trade. You got to wait for patterns to develop, double bottoms, confirmation lows locally, through rising valleys, whatever, spring back test. You don't have anything. You're just sitting there. And yesterday was a joke, and now it's rolling over again. And wow, RSI lowest reading on Solana officially now since December of 2022.
Just close the fucking door. Close the door.
I mean, that's where the bottom was. That was the bear market low. I mean, October through December was the low for different assets of that year. And now we're trading, our RSI is that weak. Relative weak index, we'll call it. The RWI for Solana. Yeah. All right. And that's what he meant, chat.
Have a good time with your Bitcoin, your crypto, and everything else that you're playing with.
Oh man, not enough coffee for today. So we'll move on to BNB. That just wasn't looking good. Yeah, you test the 200. You tested resistance as resistance. You're working on a bearish engulfing candle today. You're falling into the bearish control zone on the the RSI 39. There's so much downside, and you would want it. You would want to see $500 again with something like this. And then you would have very nice bullish divergence and a local confirmation low, like right, the low, then the same low with hopefully lower levels on the oscillators. So no edge, and your downside potential on BNB is about 15 to 17%. Yeah, once they lose this last little level here, the big one's already broken. The big ones are being regarded as resistance now, 2 days. It's not good. This is bad. And what'd you do? We discussed without confirmation, a rally was real nice, but it was only a lower high than the previous high, so you can't trust it. The lowest high of the downtrend. Gross. So those are the big ones. We looked at them all now. Now we'll go to Doge, I guess, because it's in the top 10, because crypto's a scam joke market, right? Doge was created on Reddit to be a joke, and it is one of your top market cap cryptocurrencies on the planet. So here it is, just waiting for 17.8 cents so we can say the third target of that short setup was achieved. Okay, yesterday, all right, hit in fresh intraday lows and rallied and just closed fine, whatever, indecision candle, but it's just rolling over today. I mean, going for the lowest daily candle close since November 7th. So yeah, just waiting for a little bit lower. I've got some alerts set up. 17.87 cents. That's what we're waiting for. It's just an old inflection zone from history. And it's crazy though. This one front ran Solana, and then Solana ended up painting the same stuff in the end and dumped the same way. Okay, so bigger ones, that and what else? What even has a big market cap anymore? They always change. Once you get past the first like 7 or 8, it's like, what was it next? Big one trying to hold on to 84K. What was it? Oh, Cardano was next. All right, Cardano, chat, was nothing about it was good. It was crap. Down 6.4. Oh God, yeah, breaking this. I'm telling you, see you at 40 cents. I remember we were up here and it was like, once you break this level, there's just, you wait for 40 cents for the M shape to complete, the predictable pattern. Yeah, this one's breaking the 200-day simple moving average right now, going for its lowest daily candle close since November 14th. And this level is such a big deal that it's just, there's nothing there. I mean, you had a demand line 22% down, but then just the next horizontal line's like 28, 29. That's the level, okay? The big level, way lower, in low 40s. But dude, it's Hoskinson's son, dude. He lives in Colorado. Come on, man. He has a beard. He has a private jet, bro. Come on. Send it lower, like way lower. Thank you. What was next? Tron. Tron was okay. Then it started looking like absolute crap past few days. Absolute garbage. Like a new data, when it presents itself, you got to be, look at this. Whew. I mean, wow. That is really symmetrical, isn't it? Classic distribution. Oh, they recapture the level, but then this. And then just testing this. Oh my God, they're breaking this level. And it's like your target's probably 17 cents from here. How beautiful it is, though, this distribution, right? The market participants are continuing to offload their position aggressively. And the rule of three gives us reason to believe that that resolution of this distribution that's been ongoing since December 20th, we're talking over 2 months now, will resolve, and you got a good downside, I believe, below this level. I mean, at least 20 to 23% downside. The symmetry, man. Like, you just gotta love symmetry of structures when they present themselves. All right, so I mean, well, Chainlink was next. Okay, I guess that's the next one. It looked like crap, right? Down 3% today. Oh boy. Look what they're doing. 1567 being regarded as resistance. Okay, waiting for 13 bucks. If they don't hold that, 11 bucks. But you're just thinking 886, right? From low to high. Low to high. 88% retrace is 1070, 11. Okay, that's X marks the spot. So before we even see an 886, Chainlink would need to lose another 25% of its value. And it probably will, because Chainlink's not going to save the world, change the world, do nothing. No, this is not value. Value is a lot more than just, oh, Solana's hitting a support. Next market cap coin was Litecoin, which crazy. It was up 10-11%. And man, we knew, like, hey, you fail this, you'll probably see this. When they tested the level, there was a lot of demand there, and it spiked the price off the lows to the high. Litecoin went up 22.5% in less than 2 days. But, you know, it's clearly feeling some pressure from the macro, which is Bitcoin rolling over. Chat, we are nearing lows of the day. 83.7 and change with 7 minutes to go, going for the lowest 4-hour candle close since November 11th or so. And then, yeah, maybe the selling pressure subsides after this 4-hour candle close. Maybe it stalls out a little bit. We are 7 minutes removed from power hour on Wall Street. Maybe the last 60 minutes of trading. So Litecoin, not really anything else on this market looks anything or is correlating any way like Litecoin is. So an anomalous situation for now. But out of all the cycles, I've seen anomalies like this, and they end up being not anomalies for long, and they end up catching up to everything else that's been devastated. So just be mindful of that. Cool for now. That's great. Let's see if it holds the night. Okay. Avalanche was another. And then we'll get to the stock market. We'll switch it over. Okay. Just looking through these. Dude, you know, these M shapes complete and it doesn't even matter. Like, I mean, what's Avalanche going to do in 4 hours, 5 minutes? Lowest daily candle close at least since September 6th. But you're just holding on to a support where if this 2059 doesn't hold, this harmonic never existed because there was never enough, there was never a valid type 1 reaction. Valid type 1 reactions require 38% retraces from the high point of the harmonic to the low point, the D point. This didn't even come close to a 38% retrace. So it's not even valid. So you're just sitting at this level, and if they do not hold it, I think you know what's in store for Avalanche. Could someone tell me what would be in store for Avalanche if buyers could not defend $20.59? Someone want to tell me? I'll wait. Well, yeah, an Avalanche. Nice answer, dude. Yeah, you get a few answers. Yeah, I mean, easy enough. Simple. $10.80. Yeah. 10.80. Look at the price action historically. Straight up and down and up. One time you didn't get there. Okay, so we could say minimum 13.58. That's a lot of downside. Every other time, straight down and up and down and up. It's a wormhole, a liquidity magnet. Once this magnet loses its power, the next magnet price will run straight to it. So if the buyers are unable to keep this level propped up, which doesn't look like they are, if they don't, you have an easy 49% downside. And guess what? Avalanche could or would be trading at $10.80 and no one in the world would even know or care. And that's how you know it's extremely possible. And then you would think about a real 886 from this low to high is at least 1521. You're just sitting at the 78% retrace and it's pathetic. Yeah, you're in a lot of trouble on this one. I can't believe somehow this is one of your top crypto market caps in the world. Maybe not by the time they break the support though and loses 50% of its value. Okay, so we can move on. The S&P 500, it's not doing much today, right? I mean, it's going for its lowest daily candle close since only January 16th, but it's just been a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-day losing streak, but we got an hour and 2 minutes left, so this could flip green. 60 minutes to go. The last 30 minutes, I mean, that's when the volume's the highest. That's when shorts cover, whatever has been going on throughout the day, it can just flip on the dime. So, but you are extremely elevated. I mean, there's only evidence of buyers being exhausted. There's no bear trend or anything. You just made your highest high literally ever. Could be working on your highest lows ever, but at the same time, buyers just look tired, where when they do rally, they're making higher highs, but not really, barely make. That's what exhaustion is. Yeah, so I mean, I think a good target eventually, I don't know if they go up and test 609 again. They could, because this market's whack, but you got an unfilled gap at 582.66. I think that's a good target. They filled this gap from November 6th. They did that on the 13th. Why would we not fill the gap at 581, 582? Then it'd be like, all right, they do that, and then what happens? They just pivot it and put in another higher low. I mean, and then everything's fine. I'm just saying, like, think about the size and time of this structural development, all of it from the W shape to the confirmation high locally, 219 days. That's massive. Divergence still there. I mean, just there's no argument for upside short term, even if it did go up. You got to know that. So, but it could, of course. Okay, Dow Jones. Okay, we got less than 2 minutes till the 4-hour candle close and power hour for Wall Street. Here's the Dow Jones that spiked in the morning, 43,881. Now it's 43,385. It's just down 0.54%. Not many bids coming in, and technically going for your lowest daily candle close since January 16th. Whatever. Was that like a little over 5 week lows? And that's it. Sitting around the bearish control zone threshold, but you're not. All right. NASDAQ and Tesla's really been hurting this one, I guess, on its own. But yeah, I mean, NASDAQ Composite, they're pushing for the lowest daily candle close since November 21st, pushing for the lowest daily candle close of 2025 for sure. And yeah, just failure to break a supply line manifested into a drawdown to the bottom of this little consolidation structure. But again, in the end, it could be type 1 and type 2 return, where you've got a way more significant drawdown in store. And we have an unfilled gap, by the way, at 18,441. So I'd be wait. I think that's a good target. And there it is, chat. There it is, if you can believe it. Lowest 4-hour candle close on Bitcoin since like November 11th or something, November 10th. That's the lowest one we've seen in multiple months. It is confirmed. I mean, kind of, it's hype, right? We're doing things. No longer stuck sideways for 3 weeks. Scam wicking every day, right? At least they're doing something. Okay. So yeah, the Nasdaq's near the lows of the day. It's only down 0.22%. But the disappointing thing is where it was, 19,282. It just rolled over as soon as Trump announced 25% tariffs on EU. IWM was starting to hit support, but still just kind of a wait and see thing. I mean, right, you had highs, now you're making lower highs. You're bearishly back testing key levels from that was once resistance. It's resistance again. It's almost like, is that a head and shoulders starting to develop? It's scuffed, right? But man, you're just 213, 209. Let's see if we ever get any positive price action correlation there below that 200, man. You haven't been doing that. I mean, you've been testing it, but you haven't really been below the 200 moving average since November 2023. So well over a year. It's a pretty weak right now. Okay, market's kind of, and we're talking about the VIX yesterday just being elevated ever since the carry trade. The carry trade volatility elevated. It's up 1.44%, going for its highest daily candle close since December 19th, which not that big a deal. They're keeping it pinned below 20 for now, all right? But I'm just saying, right, all these lows are higher than the lows that existed before that event. Volatility a little elevated. Not always, Matthew. A lot of times bull flags, bear flags are misinterpreted. Like, oh, is it a bull flag? Oh, no, it's just a distribution campaign. Distribution structure. Oh, offloading. Someone's offloading, and then like the bottom of the flag, it gets broken and collapses. Seen it so many times. So any type of continuation, trade, or pattern, it's just not going to be as strong as a potential value structure in good context after crazy drawdowns for so long, and then the development of that structure at the bottom, at the basement, at inflection points from history. Those are the ones with the highest reliability. You look at continuation patterns, man, it's just, it could be completely wrecked. I just don't think they're as strong. Give me an audio check. Make sure we're good there. Okay, so we can look at the Mag 7 real quick. Where, you know, it's a mixed bag, but Tesla, yikes. Kind of capitulating through a support, right? I mean, just a hot knife through butter of a level that is so real, where the consequences of breaking that level could manifest into prices being at 260 next. So you got to be really careful. And we were like, oh, there's a demand line, and then you just broke it, confirmed yesterday. Now you're back testing it as resistance and rolling over. And so the 200 moving average on deck, 278. You don't hold that, then it is 260. So you haven't seen positive momentum on Tesla since Christmas Eve, if that was even considered momentum. Let's say the 20th of December. So you hadn't seen one positive histogram wick in 2025 on the daily. Tesla's relative strength index is oversold now, and it's trading at its lowest level since February 5th. So we are talking about 52-week lows on relative strength. My God. From January, we went to 17.4. So very oversold now. Starting to get crazy. Big yikes. Apple, can you believe it? Finally down today. Finally. And now you got to be like, all right, are they doing that? Are they 1 and 2 confirming distribution? So the buyers tried once to rival the level, they sold off, and now they've failed again. Maybe that's pretty disgusting selling pressure for Apple. So heading back down 237. You don't hold 237. You do have a target of 220. So pay attention here. I mean, maybe they just reverse it tomorrow. Man, earnings is a ways away. It's April, late April, so nothing to worry about on that. But yeah, about time though. Remember, they caved to the totalitarian UK government. So like, dump it. They haven't come out with anything innovative in a long, like since the iPhone, for real. Remember my Apple goggles, and then they discontinued it. $3,500 for a pair. No one bought it. Think there'd be consequences of that, but there haven't been really, technically. All right, Google down 2%. Nasty. Broke the gap fill. Trading at its lowest level since December 4th, going for the lowest daily candle close of 2025. Going for the lowest close since December 3rd. Heading on down to 168 now. That'd be your next target. Yeah, these W shapes, they hit 113, 113%, a little bit higher. I think earnings killed it. So you got to be real careful. Things were so good before earnings, and ever since earnings, death. Think about it. Since the earnings report, Google has lost 16.69% in about 3 weeks. So I guess you're okay until you make a lower low than 164. Then all of a sudden it's like no more higher lows. But yeah, drawing down, filling gaps, breaking it. Below 200-day moving average for real since like September. Then Microsoft flat today. Hey, no big deal, man. But think about Microsoft. You better hold, because below this, way lower. I mean, this could be already put in a top. We don't know, but like you can see the price action. It's just not, it's one of your worst. Well, it was before Tesla started marking down like crazy. But yeah, I don't like Microsoft right now. When's their earnings? Earnings for them, April 29th. All right, they already had it. Yeah, they had it, and it was bad. And it's been real bad. You know, it's very, I mean, since the drawdown, think about it as one big red candle. It is very last point of supply. This is so similar to like Bitcoin. LPSY right here. So is it Wyckoff distribution? Maybe not exactly, but dude, that does look like phase D Wyckoff distribution characteristic. I guess we'll see. We'll set up alerts for new lows on Microsoft. Amazon up today, 0.42%. What a hammer. What a freaking hammer yesterday. But yeah, nothing to really do. There's no like actionable setup at this current time. We've had some good setups in the past, but not right now. Even with a hammer, that's great. It's almost like they're only bearishly back testing 214, 217 as resistance and rejecting these levels. Support or resistance support is flipping to resistance. Hard to trust a lone hammer by itself. All right, Meta though recovered. Nice bullish, almost bullish engulfing. They gapped it up so it can't cover the previous candle, but that's nice. After just a streak of red, finally recovering some, but they're going to attempt to rally here and maybe put in a lower high. Nvidia up 2.29%. I mean, it's cool. They defended the 200 yesterday, but unfortunately, like, you just got to have a line in the sand on Nvidia, and it's 140. Really, in actuality, it's 150. And hey, man, they could fix that this afternoon. When the market closes, Nvidia reports earnings, it's up 10%. Oh my God, we're at 152. Whatever, huge breakaway gap. But it would have been the ultimate fake out of all fake outs because they're showing classic distribution here. They just are. They are regarding successfully resistance as resistance. I mean, that's kind of bearish stuff, hidden bearish divergence. I mean, the technicals are implying lower prices, but again, with earnings, all bets are off. Like, it doesn't matter how many variables are implying lower prices because there could be some surprise and pump, man. I've been talking about crypto for most of the stream, dude. You can just rewind. Russell 2000 near its lows of the day. Yeah, these early streams, man. Just do it because we get price action and then whatever. So those are your Mag 7. We can look at gold. It's just flat today after reacting a little yesterday. A bearish engulfing candle yesterday. Not much fall through today. Just kind of, again, flat. Very, very flat. I'll take flat all day over dumping like Bitcoin, right? Any notable gainers today? Commodities? Orange juice is up a little bit. Not really. No, most commodities are down today. Flat or down. Cocoa futures up, but natural gas down 5+%. Oat futures down, but oat futures looks great, man, technically. Okay, not much to look at there. Good God. Wow, those oil stocks we thought were going to maybe start recovering. Nah. Look at these. Look at stuff like this. Look at this Valero. Remember this? This is one of the most legendary trade setups based on price action, maybe momentum shifting structures. It was such a dream, man. And then target 3 was the 1618, and it was over, and it's still been over, and it's probably not going to hold 124. I mean, you can come down to this level and pray to God, but downtrend's still well established. Someone will be like, but dude, inverse head and shoulders. Okay, well, maybe we have to like pivot and then run all the way back to 143 for us to even have an idea of that. For now, look at the local distribution ongoing. So the problem is price action, right? Such a lack of demand. Okay, think about what happened on Valero. It ran up and rejected, January 30th, rejected the 200 moving average. Not once, then twice, February 4th, 2 times. Then this weakness sell-off, and then a rally, and then what'd they do? There was such a lack of demand from market participants the second time around, third time around, that they were just starting to regard the supply line going back April 9th and July last year as resistance, and they were unable to test that 200-day simple moving average this time. When they could before, easy that time. This time, no. That's your sign of weakness. That's price action identification. And now you're going for the lowest daily candle close since January 10th. And you're getting real close to a danger level where if you don't hold this, long way down. Very long way down. So think about this high, though. Okay, you rejected 200, cool. But there has been such a lack of demand on Valero. There's this level, okay, from 2022 that is undeniable, okay? 2023. It is a zone between 147 and 150. You can see it, right? It's not my opinion. I didn't make it up. They did. They painted the reversals there. Okay. Those are inflection points going forward. So what's happened? All right. Last time we tested that August 30th. Bitcoin lows of day, chat.
Scotty 2 Hottie tipped $25. Need some good news on coin. Save me.
Thank you, dude. We will look at coin. No good news, man. No, like all bad. Okay, so I'm just doing the education of the price action correlation to levels, right? The buyers could test that level in August, September last year, but look what happened. October 3rd, November 19th, January 30th. All these times, buyers were unable to even muster enough demand to test those levels formally again. That is a very subtle sign of weakness Takes a long time to get seeing that and understanding it, but it'll click at some point. You keep practicing and understanding that's bad price action, and it could manifest into a much more meaningful drawdown later. The trend is not your friend anymore. You're in a long, like, midterm downtrend. You've been in a downtrend for a freaking year, or almost a year, 10 months, man. And this failed breakout attempts, lower high, this high, lower than all these highs. So just get ready for 125 and don't be surprised if it breaks. Gap fill at 125 anyway. Okay, anyway. So we were just talking, man. That's some good stuff, all right? That's like, if you care about technicals, that's gold. Like, one day I'll be long gone, right? Time will pass me by, and a lesson like that will still remain, hopefully. So many other lessons that I've done what I can to instill on these streams. Okay. Yeah, I guess I think that was a request. Coin was it. Yeah. Bitcoin lows of day, chat. 82,994. Just lost 83 for the first time since November. Yeah, very, very, oof. This is like why you have to monitor, right? They were recapturing the level on earnings, and then they rugged it. That's some seriously bad stuff. You cannot ignore lines in the sand, inflection points. Like, if you're above 282, you got a good argument if it holds for way higher prices. But if the new piece of data you receive immediately is rejecting that level and then rolling over again and again, then it's like, whoa, this is cooked. This gap's going to fill at 194 soon. We're going to make an 88% retrace from this low to high. Oh, yeah, like 170, that's on deck. $170 on deck on Coinbase. Sorry, no good news. There was only good news on earnings, and then it was rugged. Since earnings, man, coin down 30% in less than 2 weeks. What a scam. Everyone have your alert set up below 205, because if you hear the alert, a critical support's being broken, and there's a lot of downside potential below that. Okay, below 205, 200 is bad. 150. All right, sorry, Scotty Toddy. You talking about Scotty Toddy, Hottie Toddy, Ole Miss? You breaking reports from Ole Miss, what's going on right now? Anyone know what's happening? It's so bad. That's like the most terrible thing I've ever heard, okay? Coming out of Ole Miss right now. Here it is, man. Bitcoin, lows of day, 82.6. Nearing that 200 moving average. We're just going to have an alert set up. Add alert at 200 moving average. Is that right? Yeah, I guess it's doing it. Yeah, we're going to test that. We're going to test 200, and then after that, there's just not much. 80K psychological. Stock market futures really aren't like doing, any worse than they've been doing today. But it doesn't matter. Crypto, it's getting real bad. Here's your little inflection zone, 20,800, 20,900 supports. Looks like you're going to be headed for a test of that again, by the looks of it. 77K is a gap fill on CME futures, so that's definitely a viable candidate area for price. I mean, you are talking about there's nothing here. Twig and thatch until 73K, and it's not even a real strong support. 73K is just your next level if they were going to do it. Bitcoin currently down, about 7% right now. Other altcoins, again, not really following suit as bad. Ethereum, though, if we're talking about it, there it is. There's the alert. Ethereum at its lows of the day, currently down 9.45%. Eric Trump, come on, dude. What are you doing? Telling people to buy Ethereum, and now they're victims. Big victims. Bitcoin continuing to see its lows of day, chat. 82,200. Remember, the lowest price we've seen on Bitcoin since November 11th. And there's just not really anything here. But hey, at least they tested before all this crap happened. At least they tested resistance as resistance, not just the horizontal line resistance, the supply line, and almost saw the 200 moving average on the 4 hours. Pretty cool. Now that was it. Yeah, so I guess I'll have another alert set up. We're just watching the carnage unfold in real time, because we got session lows, multi-month lows across the crypto space. Cool to see Coin, if you don't know. Cool. Like, people were complaining yesterday that the dump wasn't nasty enough. I'm like, okay, yeah, you're right. It wasn't as nasty. They recovered it, but look now. I mean, just saw its lowest price since the 10th. And you are no man's land, really. If anything, a test of 7.5 is coming. So, I mean, just minimum from where it is right now. At least another 11+% downside. But the first target of a short setup would be like it going down to the 38%. This is like Wyckoff distribution. And you're like kind of in phase E, you would think, unless they locally pivot and get us back above 10.3 cents, you're effed. So effed. Are there other? Wait, Uniswap. Didn't the lawsuit get dropped on Uniswap chat? Like it matters. That's what I'm saying. Lawsuits, news-driven catalysts mean nothing. Look at it, going for its lowest daily candle close since November 5th. It's Big Mike, man.
Big Mike .886 tipped $100. Told the story 3-day bat from March 2024 top to December top, right at the trend line.
3-day bat from March 2024. I had it as a shark. Yeah, bat is a shark. It would have been an alternate bat, I think, to be pedantic. It was 50% V point. You could have. Yeah, right. So I had it like that just initially. Then more data came around, and then he's just talking about probably being actually proper here. 50% B, lower high C, 886, but it's 100%. So it exceeded the pattern completion zone, but did not invalidate, right? In fact, one low, it confirmed it. And yeah, that's a confirmation low. And look at this demand line. What's so crazy about this demand line? It is psychotic. Okay, this goes back to 2017. Bitcoin topped out at 20K. Holy crap. The level defended for years. Then violated for the first time, really. But after it was violated, remember, it's not about the breakdown itself, but it's about the follow through. There was no follow through. And so only confirming a bottom, then rallying. Then look at the price action correlation you have received recently. They recaptured the level, Big Mike. Then they reconfirmed its validity for a while, and now it's breaking major levels, right? Like this 4.9% level is a big deal. This goes back to 2020, September 2020. It's been regarded as resistance. There's like a zone, right? 5.5%. But yeah, US dollar tether dominance at its highest level since November 6th, since the election. And recapturing that 200-day simple moving average in the past few days. So yeah, very insane to see a demand line that is talking over 7 years long being recaptured, reconfirmed, and catching follow through off of it, pivoting off of it. So 5.48, 5.72% on deck. If you break that, that's when maybe blue skies, and that's unfortunate because the context is pretty good. I mean, you got a long extended downtrend, then the M-shape completes over a long period of time. And how will we anchor? I mean, how would we, be something like this, I guess. You're probably right up against, there's a supply line. I don't think you may be broken yet. They're going to test that. It's a big deal. 5.48% is a big deal. JJK.
JJK super chatted $50. Found your stream a few months ago and don't think I've missed one since. Appreciate your expertise. I now fully respect the TA.
Let's go, JJK. Thank you so much for the 50, man. Very grateful you found me. I'm not sure. How did you find me, dude? Was it just the internet? Did you see one of our ads on Hollywood Boulevard, bro? Just kidding. Never advertised in my life. Thanks, man. Dude, you know, that means a few months ago could have been very good or very bad, right? You could have found me during the pump or the top. So a few months ago, yeah, it was a great run, but then, man, we topped out, dude. A couple times. Tale bueno. Found me last week. Well, thank you for continuing to watch after finding me last week. Last week, if you found me last week, then you're the real winner because, like, you know, normally I grow when there's price action, and the past month has been the most ideolated, garbage, anemic price action we've seen in a while. So thanks for finding me during that time. Okay, so yeah, U.S. dollar tether dominance on the rise, highest level since the election, breaking the 200, breaking some key levels, but there's still some more work to be done. Yeah, I would think 100% retrace, 886, whatever. All right, we didn't look at the Ethereum pairings. Ethereum paired against Bitcoin. Remember, it was rallying this weekend because Bitcoin was dumping. Ethereum was really just kind of going up a little. It's got to be rolling over again, right? Yeah, it's like, okay, in a bear trend, an actual 200%, you know, structure hitting its top, really. It's just sitting here. Like, the downtrend has no evidence that this trend is reversing at all. So I would say wait, and we'll probably see 2.4 million Satoshis again. Yep. Litecoin's outperforming. It's anomalous. No news to it. What is TA? Technical analysis. And technical analysis is a risk management tool that is not meant for forecasting. There are frameworks of technical analysis that one can identify at inflection points and give themselves a greater than 50% chance of a particular outcome. So it's a game of probabilities. So it's like you can identify the best structural development at key levels, apply that technical analysis. And if you're applying technical analysis, it means you can construct a good risk management trading plan where you have a strategic stop loss set up below a key level, and you'll take on minimal losses if it fails, but you'd have max upside potential if it succeeded. So you think about, you're like pretty much playing poker, okay? And the casino of, you know, the whole financial market is like a big old casino, right? 99% of the games are there to take your money and scam you. You got no edge, but you can go play poker against other people, and you identify structured developments, confirmation lows, spring back tests, many different things, and then you've got a watch list, and every day a watch list is a bunch of different hands in poker. Okay, and you're hitting the space bar looking for the best hand. I'm looking for pocket aces, pocket kings, pocket queens, ace king suited, and I'm folding 3-7 offsuit, even Jack 9 offsuit. Like I'm folding those, so I'm hitting that space bar, scanning, looking for the best setup that's going to give me the greatest probability of succeeding, and giving me that best risk management situation. So that's technical analysis. It's not to forecast what's coming next. Okay. Sure thing, Big Mace. I was in Scotland. Crypto Glasgow, my bros. Okay, so get wrecked here. How about Solana paired against Bitcoin? Oh my god, dude. Destroyed. Yeah, just yesterday saw its lowest level since December 2023. I would think, you know, in a situation like this, any rally you get, if you did get one, would be garbage. Trends reversed. Highest high. Look, remember talking about Valero? What is different about Valero with its highest high and all these failed attempts for so long to rival that high? And that just indicates that the market participants that got the price this high are no longer in the market anymore. So the buyers relent.
5.20 average now. Contemplating taking some off the table. LVLS.
Dig Rosenberger, thanks man. For 25. Thank you, dude. Tia coin. Perhaps you've heard of it. Tia coin, it was going to Tia the world. Yeah, get wrecked Solana. Tia, I don't even know, man. Dude, Tia looks so good, man. Yeah. It looks so good that it's just testing a support as resistance right now. Below the 200. Cool. Is there more data? Probably. I'm just locally looking at it, and it's like until you're a recap. Look, if you wanted an actual chance, I don't know, because Bitcoin's below support, no edge, could be going lower, 200 moving average, gap fill, CME futures, but I'm not saying this about TIA. I'm saying this about any asset that exists in the world, okay, on any market. If you have a range that is established, and you can see that the range is established on this asset. Okay, the bottom of the range, 389. Top of the range, 748. 760, whatever. Okay, pretty clear and concise. You know, you got another swing low here. Okay, kind of makes sense. So if you see the sellers violate the support and they're unable to really push the price lower, and right now they could just be setting up for lower prices. That happens all the time. Okay, so they're just digesting the bearish breakdown and they're testing the bearish breakdown's validity right now. That is what's happening. Yeah, it's up 7%. Congrats, dude. It's a scam coin. It takes like 5 people and a monkey to move this. So good for you, dude, that it's up today. But time's going to go by and two things are going to happen, right? What I just showed you, right? They're going to test its validity and it's going to be confirmed as valid as resistance now when it was support, and you're going to roll over and go to much lower levels. That's good possibility because it's Tia coin, dude. It's a joke scam coin, okay? Devs in their underwear in a basement somewhere. Who cares about Tia coin? But if we were talking about, hey, man, this is a commodity. We're looking for a swing trade opportunity on Tia. The no context here, okay? Market's not doomed and we're screwed. We're going to 77K on Bitcoin, all this. Let's say this is platinum, or we're saying this is oat futures or something, right? You'd want to see the buyers recapture the level, then reconfirm its validity as support. If you were really, really lucky, you'd get a second test with a higher low. That is when it'd be actionable for a long. It's Big Mike.
Big Mike 886 tipped $25. 5 people and a monkey lol.
It's true.
No way. No way. What is this garbage?
It's garbage because we don't really know what they're doing after the bearish breakdown. They're just testing it. But you want to see a reaction back above the key level, Big Mike in chat, and then you want to see a retest that maybe isn't that pretty. Then you want to see a beautiful, perfect back test. And then, okay, this is technical analysis. And then if those things occur, risk management would be very simple because we know the line in the sand is 389 to 415. So it'd be very simple to set up a stop loss that is tight, and we know our upside potential is great. So we'd have a 4-to-1 reward to risk in a situation like this with an edge, where we're identifying buyers recapturing key level, reconfirming its validity as support. So you'd have an increased probability, not certainly, but an increased probability of this coming next. So we're waiting. You would want to wait for that. You don't want to do anything right now. They could be setting up for the slaughterhouse. Does that make sense, chat? People? Okay. Stock market. We got 25 minutes till the close. Bitcoin's off its lows. Stock market is too. Futures anyway. Off the lows. No big deal. Not a very active power hour so far. Okay, that was your Tia. You got a question? Big Mike, do you have a request or something? because we kind of made some good progress. I mean, I've been live an hour and 18 minutes for a very early stream. So kind of, you know, after about an hour of analysis, we've kind of gone through a lot of them, you know, gone through the market some, and I think, you know, some greater insight to what's happening today. You kind of get it at the 1 hour mark, because I don't try to like waste anyone's time, you know. What's up, Rachel? Thank you for watching. So just looking at some of the, oh my god, dude, you want to be scared a little bit? You kind of want to be scared? Look at Tractor Supply Company. All the makings of a bearish Varsity athlete. I mean, until they just pivot it and it runs again. But dude, look at the, talk about price action correlation to levels. And then it's like, not just, oh, they up thrusted. Look at this arrow. They didn't just up thrust. They perfectly back tested the up thrust. And it's undeniable. And there's great follow through bearish engulfing candle. All of these highs, chat, are lower than the buying climax, the highest high. They all are. So the downside potential would take you to at least 53.28. This is stuff we just talked about. You flip the chart over, right? This is, you could take, we just did the risk management situation on Tia coin. Flip the chart over, you know, whatever. This is the stuff. You recapture level, you back test it, you hold it. Oh, you're all this chop, but then like right here, they fill a gap and then they reconfirm a support as support, and you're catching some nice price action there, and there could be a lot of upside potential. Unfortunately, flipping it, there could be a lot of downside potential on Tractor Supply Company. Another failed test to break a key level. Let's go, friggin' Big Mike, dude.
Just spitballing here. I have been looking at the alts October 2023 low, and it seems as if the alts are retracing that low. ETH looks like it's ready to break the B point based on that low. Who knows, just a thought.
Oh my god, dude. You want everyone to leave the stream, Big Mike? Because that's how you do it, okay? That's how you'll get everyone to leave the stream. Rage quit. He's talking about, how about this swing low? That would be the one. The real one. This one, what's the point of doing that one? That's just part of the greater this one. Right? The reversal of, you know, the M shape, it was beautiful. That's the context. That's what we're looking for all the time. Right? Long extended drawdowns, and then the end, the M shape. So how about we do that one instead? But yeah, you want an 886 from that one, just showing what you showed from this low to high. 88% retrace, 1825. But what's an 886 from this low to high? 1248. No one would believe it. Not even Ethereum haters would say 1248. So that, turn your spitball into more spitballs, right? Gross. But for now, all we can do is say, yep. All we can say.
Very bad, boys. Very bad.
But you know, you still have the M shape there. Remember, like, you can't just say it's over. You do have an M shape, but you have no demand. So we don't even know, we don't think this is real. It's like not even a real thing yet. It's just a potential M shape, but not the greatest context area. Yeah, there is controversy because it's like you could be, for real, Big Mike, what I'm talking about is it's too perfect of highs to be a real M shape, formal one, but this is what I'm talking about, like that. Music stop. Sorry. Abraham, thank you, dude. It's Satoshi Loafers. That's my best idea known to man. Okay? Best idea ever. Someone will make them and get rich off them, and they won't thank me either. But isn't my live stream when I brought up Satoshi loafers enough evidence in court to claim a grievance if someone did that and got rich? Okay, yeah, I don't, you know, do we have faith in this? No, not yet. No, it's a potential M shape that has caught nothing. So others have the same swing lows too. Like we do the same thing on Solana. It's only down 7%. It bounced, man. It's off the lows. Think about an M shape. Think about an 886 in that situation. I think like, man, down here could be a bottom for a little while. They might run it back to 191, 200 first, right? They could do something like this. And then, you know, this later. But you really, we want to start seeing some price action correlation, some structural developments here. But I wouldn't really, after this, I don't know how we recapture these levels anytime soon, man. That was rug price action. But hey, not to say we couldn't get a big rally. They could just take us right back up to 190 to 200 for a bearish back test. Fear index is 26. Pfft, pathetic. Futures are still fine. Bitcoin's 4 hour just went green. What, Coinbase having issues? Yeah, well, the chart, right, would imply it has big issues right now, for sure. And, you know, if we're talking about M shapes and retraces, you're looking at XRP that hasn't done crap yet. It hasn't even begun to make a full reset. You wouldn't want to see it because that means we'd have to be talking about XRP going down to 70 to 80 cents. And that's where tons of liquidity is. Up here, still la land. Just like in 2017, 2018, it was la land up here. Same thing here. It's just like way less market participants involved this month than we saw in January for now. But yeah, it's performing substantially better than 99% of cryptos out there in terms of its retraces from its November lows to highs. Not much is beating this outside of Bitcoin. Shoot, man, I'll be real. Let's see, November 5th. It's outperforming Bitcoin like crazy since the election. It's still up 300% since Trump won. Bitcoin isn't even up close to 300%. That's the way to look at it. So November 5th on Bitcoin, real quick, we'll do it. Bitcoin only up 24.4% since Trump won, with XRP being up 300% since Trump won. Not even the same ballpark. And almost every other crypto has round-tripped and lost all its value. So if XRP was like everything else in crypto just about, it'd be trading at 70 cents. Yeah, not even joking. So not good lately. Bad price action lately, but still incredible. All right, man. Well, you know, I just wanted to go live early. I think
Last comment, can we get some hype for the CO in all of this? I mean, come on, this was all beautiful. From BTC to XRP to Sol. He is amazing at constructing the narrative.
he is. He does a lot of good things. Sometimes you can't tell. It's hard to recognize the signature, but yeah, I mean, the Solana trade was really, I think, why you would thank the composite operator, because what did he do in September? What was he doing from April of last year all the way to September? Holding a level, even with lower highs again. The M shape completed the false bearish breakdown and the recapturing, the divergence. I mean, that was the composite, man, right? Scaring the crap out of the market and then setting us up with a pretty good risk management situation. And then goes up 1, 2, third target hit once and twice. And then round tripped back to the entry. Back to these levels again. So that's composite man stuff to me. That's what I loved about Sol. And then over at this point, too many rug pulls were getting listed. It was getting crazy. But yeah, man. Dude, thanks so much for like the 250 today. It's incredible sport. As always, dude. So I guess some people will listen to the stream like a podcast. I don't know, man. Is this a podcast, bro? You know? It's like a solo podcast, I guess. But you want to have the visuals. It's good to see stuff. Yeah, I don't know, man. Started talking to my trainer. Supposed to train in like 15 minutes. Think I'm gonna do it. I might have skipped it, but the price action is not warranting an extended stream by any means. And there you go, right? In the last 30 minutes of trading, they just, oh no, and we're good. Don't worry about it, man. Shorts covering again. Day traders covering their shorts. As we talked about yesterday, they did the same thing, and you can see why today, because they opened higher and went higher initially before Trump spoke about the tariffs.
Straight tip $25. Dealer's choice. Dude, thank you for all you have done. You are the biggest G. Also, like I always say, Jonathan Nation, then for the orcs.
What's up, Stray Man? Thank you for the 25 and the support, man. And it's my pleasure, my honor, dude. Making money's fun, but it's way more fun making money or keeping our money with other people to celebrate it with, and that's what this community is about. Okay, applying traditional technical analysis. Understand we don't know where an asset's going, and we don't have to know to make money. We just got to know about inflection points and how to gain an edge on the market, and that's through structures and that price action. So. Dealer's choice. Oh, you gonna give me a second? Well, this sucks. Well, could we do that one? But earnings is today. Earnings season makes it so crappy, man. Just give me a sec. Man. This isn't exactly like the craziest one, but this is probably pretty educational. Okay. This is called AMT, American Tower Corporation. It's real estate investment trust. Again, it's a REIT. And this isn't me saying time to long this, but I'm just talking about, like, again, you want to look at an asset that has a clear level in the sand from the COVID crash. It's been tested recently in 2022. It was violated by the sellers in October 2023, but then what happened, the move like really wasn't sustained, and the buyers came back in and recaptured that key inflection point at 175, 180. Then a sell-off to retest it, but it really wasn't perfect because they violated it again. Then they a big run recapturing, and then you got the M shape completing an 88% retrace and a perfect test of that inflection zone. And so you got 1, 2, 3 valleys, and you had such a wonderful reaction off the M shape low, off that inflection point from history that is so real. It cannot be argued with. You just wonder, are the buyers recapturing the momentum of this asset? Because it's possible, because they did, even on this high, it's a higher high than this high. So you got to wonder, okay, you're at the 200-day moving average. So this is like the estuary. This is like, it's neutral now. The asset could be turning back into an uptrend. They could be, and this could be the level that they're doing it. All bets are off if we fall below 175 anytime soon. They could return type 2 here for the M shape, but you just got to think about 1, 2, 3 here. There's more than before. Positive price action correlation to key levels. M shape's completing and kind of strong off that level. So stuff like that is what you're looking for. This is how trends reverse. And it took a long time, man. I mean, this M shape, what's the size of this M shape? 260-day large M shape, not a joke, man. It's massive. So maybe not actionable. The closer you are to 180, the easier it is to be managing risk. And your upside probably the top of the harmonic, 240. But if they would break the supply line, I mean, it could be a big old reversal. So just education. You know, he told me it's a dealer's choice, and it's like, fine, I'll just so you know, going through some of them, there are more out there, man. You just gotta scan, and eventually you'll find one that's similar to this. It's like, whoa, something like Pin Gaming was interesting, still kind of interesting, but I don't know, like anything above 1750 is great. 1740 is fine, but dude, just it's been so anemic and so weak, and they ran up and filled the gap, and the gap's been filled twice. It's been resistance. So the reason why it's interesting is because the buyers recaptured the key level that cannot be argued with or denied. They then formally back tested that level as support. Then they broke a supply line, and then they sold off, and we went right back down to that level, and they defended it again. And then we ran to a higher high, but now it's starting to roll over again. And it's like, so it's been good, but you haven't made much progress in completely reversing the trend, because you're just not even close to the previous high at $27. So you're wondering, is this is pretty weak price action for what should be a spring back test and reversal. So they got to put in a higher low again, and we got to start seeing some pumps, some moves. You do earnings is tomorrow, so in before this thing pumps to $26 or collapses below 1740. You know, that's earnings. God, can't wait for earnings season to be over, and it hadn't even really started yet. And there's other assets out there like that. I remember old international paper that's still so elevated. Remember this is a trade setup. You were at a historical reversal point. It was undeniable. The same thing over and over and over again. Shark patterns completing, buyers recapturing key levels, then spring back tests, pump, sell off, higher low than previous low, higher low, higher low. And then what? Hits targets. This is where people take profit up here. This is where the whole cycle reverses. Cycle bottom, I mean, it's cyclical, okay? Technically cyclical, because it's like natural gas. International paper hits supports, violated, but then eventually the buyers recapture the level after the volatility subsides. Perfect spring back tests both times. I mean, 2020, it was a great spring back test before running to 56 plus. And then a nice spring back test July 2023. And then in 2020, it was just, or 2016, excuse me, it It was a perfect back test. And then we're talking resistance from 2011, support from 2012, flipped to support in 2016, before running to 157 plus. So it's just history repeating itself. And up here, this is like where eventually it will roll over. I mean, what is it currently doing? I mean, it could keep going, ripping and roaring, dude. Amazing. Trend is still good. But they are, I mean, it's strong, dude. It's up 0.92% today. But it is, most recently, up thrusting through the key level and then bearishly back testing the key level, regarding it as resistance for now, but strong. So, you know, that's what I mean. It's like, could be max downside. Gap fill at 49.39, target $44. If you stay below 56.91 long enough, given enough time, that would be your target. So, and then it reversing here again would be the most natural, normal thing ever. Okay, we got 5 minutes till the closing bell. Still in power hour. Earnings for international paper on the 30th of April, so a long way off there. Checking on stuff like IQ, that, man, the structure's there, the type 2 return, but they're just still such a lack of demand. You can't catch the bids, man. This is where you think the real big bids come in, but they're not. You're only putting in lower highs, coming back down to test the key inflection point from 2022, multiple times that year. Yeah, it's kind of pathetic. Win bids, because this is around when they should be coming in, and they haven't yet. But maybe they're just trying to establish a higher low. Okay, chat. 4-hour candle on Bitcoin at its highest high right now. We're in power hour. Yeah, Nvidia, most anticipated earnings, almost always. And nice day today, being up 3.81%. Be careful, because just because it had a good day today doesn't change anything. I mean, you can go to the roulette table and you can put it all on red or black, and you can hit big and win big. But remember, that's exactly what you're doing, going long or short on Nvidia earnings that will be reported probably in the next 20 minutes, if that. So okay. Baba's having a good day. Man, the thing's so elevated. We'll never forget this one, will we, chat? Never forget. August 5th, 6 trade setup, whatever. And then target 4. Oh, yeah, you hit target 3 already. And we're waiting on target 4, which is the gap fill from November 2021. Still waiting on that. And then it will be a complete trade. But it'll hit that, it'll pull back, most likely make a substantially higher low than previous lows and run again, eventually breaks 164 and head to 205. But that might take 6 months to a year, so just got to be prepared for that. Oh, I'm shadow banned? Whatever, dude. Can't be bothered by being shadow banned when all you're doing is trying to push a very positive message. All right, we got less than 2 minutes. S&P 500, less than 1 minute until the close, seems like, unless something changes, will be the lowest daily candle close since January 16th. That's 5-week lows pending on the Standard & Poor's. Maybe I'm not. Sometimes I am shadow banned. Sometimes I'm not. Whatever. There's conspiracies and people talk about it. Sometimes, yeah, I mean, sometimes I go live and people can't even see that I'm live and they're subscribed to me. So I don't know what that means, you know. It's very weird. Like 8 seconds. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Ding, ding, ding. Wow, did they even? Oh my god. Okay, did we do it? Somehow, in the last seconds of the... that's how it goes. Last seconds of the day, no longer, a higher close than yesterday's close. So, welcome to it, man. Up 0.04% to close the day. And now we have Nvidia. We are awaiting Nvidia's earnings. That is, all eyes shift. The eyes of the world shift to Nvidia. Thank you, Nitros, for the sub, man. Thanks for all the new subs. I mean, we picked up hundreds in the past few days. So, thank y'all. Paramount reporting too, so therefore that maybe potential accumulation springback test could be completely invalidated, or it could be made. They make the argument for it. So that's earnings, dude. It's stupid. So the movement's gonna be up, down, which way around? Stay on top of it. I know sometimes they report at 420, like for the memes, I guess. I don't know. They just do that in the past. Happy 2nd and 26th day, by the way. Maybe we can do like a short-term poll. I forgot. I should have done that earlier. I didn't think about it.
Big Mike .886 tip $25. NVDA monthly looks crazy lol.
Does it? Big Mike, thank you so much for that. Was it 275 now? Okay, let's see. Start poll. Okay, poll started. Cast your votes. The monthly on Nvidia. Remember, all price action until earnings is meaningless. So it's down 0.65%. It doesn't mean anything. Nothing. It's going to swing 7% most likely. So the monthly looks crazy, he said. Well, it does indeed. You have to go to log scale for it to not look crazy. But yeah, in linear, it's berserk. We have 2 days till close. So a piercing line? Well, if it has a good earnings, it's going to be a bullish engulfing candle, right? You got to close above 136.30 in 2 days for an engulfing. And you got to close where you are now for a piercing line. But the context of a piercing line is kind of weird here. So not looking to identify piercing lines at tops. Like, you know, after a bearish engulfing candle that caught follow through already. Yeah. So 7%, meaning if they report, yeah, about 140 would be gapping up, and then down would be about 122. Either 122 or 140 is what we're looking at when whichever side the coin lands on. Those are our targets, apparently. Well, we haven't had a bread stream in a while, you know. I know. Paramount miss. Oh, go figure, right? Send it to 0. Yeah, you're just seeing them test this level today. It was a relief rally type of situation. Still below the 200 on the 4 hour. Anything below 140 after that third high is just really concerning technically. But hey, man, in before just, it's at 150 because Nothing makes sense. They've been showing distribution for a while now. Egg stream. I've never done an egg stream, dude. Be a broken egg, though. Another broken egg. Yeah, Bitcoin's still off its lows of day by 2.3%. I mean, Bitcoin's up almost $2,000 off its lows. How crazy is that? Well, MicroStrategy squeeze hard. You should have asked back in November. Yeah, Paramount, very bad. Marathon ER. Okay, well, it didn't move the price, so Mara wrecked. All the Bitcoin miners in shambles, man. I'm talking the worst of the worst, dude. Just so freaking bad. Look at Marathon. I mean, you're at the lowest prices seen since December 2023, so over 52-week lows, taking out all these lows. What was that? What a joke. Yeah, so here, no man's land. I would think probably $8.86 eventually. $8.86. Yeah, very bad. So probably got about, what, 14 minutes max until Nvidia reports, and it's going to be crazy. Yep. Salesforce reported earnings. CRM. Oh my God. Very bad, boys. Very bad. Well, just only down 5%. Here's your CRM. Topped out and is currently trading at 291.60. I mean, they beat on earnings per share and they missed on revenue, barely. Okay. Snowflake just reported earnings. Remember Snowflake? Up 7.69%, but this one was incredible. This one was beautiful, man. Talk about identifying price action to levels. This one was here. This one, everyone was pinged on this. We streamed about it. Oh God. Imagine trying to find Snowflake. Did I put the dollar sign? I swear. Yeah, looking for Snowflake is just not going to work in my Discord because everyone talks about snow. When was this? Like November. There it is. There it is. Look at this, dude. Look how crazy this is. It's like snow is but sellers looking exhausted after trying to break major support from 2022 for a second time. Good level to watch, right? Just down at that level, right? You got the bullish divergence at the key support. It's just beautiful, right? And then just a day later or something, they recapture the entire range bottom, Adam and Eve stuff. And then, you know, I think they pulled it back to one more time, which is so luxurious. And then after the little pullback in October, gapped up on earnings and then tested once and twice top of range where people would take profit. They did. But now Snowflake is up 12.6% after hours. Incredible. eBay earnings out. Perhaps you've heard of eBay. Big old dump there, man. eBay. Yep. Had bearish engulfing candle today and down 6.6% after hours. Yeah, only made it a 78% retrace, it looks like. But still fine. I mean, whatever. Like, it's fine until it's below 61 bucks probably. This thing's been on a really good run since December 2023. PLTR was up today, so that dumpage subsided. Not by much. Yeah, snow is ripping. eBay's dumping. Any other earnings out? Let's see. JOBY. That is adjacent to ACHR. I think they just reported. I think ACHR reports today. So JOBY, yeah, Joby Aviation. Like, nothing really to look at here, but it's up. It didn't get destroyed. Okay, Joby's supposed to get stage 4 FAA certification progress. They're making it anyway. Plans to carry first passengers in late 2025 or early 2026. Okay, so ACHR, I don't know if they were reported yet. I don't think they did. ACHR, though, did recover some. It was up like 5% or something, but it's up 0.37%. Yeah, I mean, that recovery, right? I mean, it's pretty brutal. But, dude, flip your coin. It could be up to $9+. Flip your coin, we're at $7. I mean, in minutes. Like, that's where we are. You do not want to lose $7.50. That means $7, you're dead. You're going to $5. But hey, we're above it. So you're holding above it, man. 977 could be on deck. This thing's going to be volatile. But yeah, they did kind of confirm a top, lower high. They have not reported yet. I'm paying attention. Oh, ACHR is tomorrow. Excuse me. I thought it was today. My bad. Okay, so Nvidia hasn't reported yet, but it is up 0.56% after hours. So again, these moves up or down, it's all meaningless until they report. And then is MicroStrategy mooning? They did. Wow. They did piercing line reverse it today. Wow. That is incredible. You were at a low point at 244. Ended up 5.09% today. Incredible. But I think a gap fill. They take it higher. 282 for the gap fill. Because remember what happened? We were thinking the target on MicroStrategy was the gap fill at like 270 or whatever. And then they gapped us through the gap. So we never filled the gap. So we still have an unfilled gap between 270 and 280 right now. Look, it's just straight through it. Yeah, so why did it rally? Shorts covered. Day traders settled up, and when they cover, they're buying back, which would propagate the price higher. But you're thinking any rallies we get on MicroStrategy would probably just be lower highs than these highs, and then eventually we'd roll over again to lower lows, and maybe eventually at some point we'll see 200 or 180, and those would be more reasonable levels to be searching for structure. But right now you're kind of no man's land. The double gap, that's right. Nvidia still awaiting patiently. Flat pretty much. Bitcoin off the lows by over 2% now, I believe. we saw a low. We lost 80. We didn't quite. We got to $82,100 at the lows, which is wild. 6 minutes till they report. 4:20. Yeah, that's their typical time. And we're just waiting. Okay. Waiting. The whole world's buckled up. IonQ reported earnings. They beat on revenue. They killed it on EPS. Wow. Oh, no, I'm sorry. They got destroyed. Okay, because they're a negative. They don't make money, right? So expected negative 25-cent EPS, and they reported a negative 93-cent EPS. Really bad. So that means we lost a crap load more money than we thought, but we expected. Yeah, down 7% after hours. IONQ. I think I've seen that one. Someone requested it once. Yeah, wow. Look at these lower highs, right? They gap it down. 2 tests and attempts to fill this gap, and they failed, rolling over, and now again down 7+% after hours. Right here, 27.74. Kratos, they reported too. KTOS. I don't know about Kratos Defense. A nothing burger. I mean, what a trend, though. Such a good trend, but they finally pulled this one back really hard and down 1.48%. Yeah, anything below 25 bucks, sketch, probably 21.89. We already looked at Mara. It's bad. Very bad, boys. Very bad. I think Nvidia is reporting. Cap. It's cap. Yeah, Core Scientific Bitcoin miner reports in 14 minutes. Oh, I thought Mara reports at 5 p.m. Okay, so they're way later. Gotcha. So we got some Bitcoin miners reporting, and not the best environment to be reporting, right? With Bitcoin dumping. Looks like Core Scientific did report already. Let's see. Cores. And they're up. Oh my God. Core Scientific up 14%. Maybe Mara's not screwed. Up 14% at 11:48 right now after hours. This one was a long-term uptrend and then just brutalized from the top, right? Topped out late November and lost 53% of its value in 90 days. But off its lows now after hours by 22.22%. Okay. Mara up. Did they report actually? They said they were doing it later. It's up 5.4%. That's nothing burger though. Unfilled gap. They go 13 bucks. Look, dude. They could take this crap all the way up to this and just roll over. I mean, whatever. When you're below 14.69, that's just garbage. It's very bad. Nvidia, we got 2 minutes apparently until earnings is reported. So the bots go nuclear. Wow. Did Mara beat that bad? They had a 69-cent EPS estimate, and they beat their 124 EPS was reported. That's really good. Despite anything, that doesn't matter, right? Like the price might not correlate to that good fundamental beat. Let's see, checking anything else. Nothing yet. Just monitoring the situation. We've looked at notable earnings today. SNPS just reported. SNPS. We're about to look at that and come right back. Synopsis. up 2.6% out of support. Oh man, this thing looks, I don't care about earnings. Then this gap up's nothing. 2.6% on earnings means nothing. It'll dump. It'll fill the gap probably. Look, man, SNPYS, you're looking for a rally to fade into for that. Awful price action. This is lots of distribution. Below the 200, the trend's reversed. All right. So I just reported earnings. So if you're watching, hey, all right. Here we go, dude. We have apparently, it's 420. Chat, it is.
Is that a joint?
Any moment we should see a spike or a dump. Here we go. Just look for the blue. Up, starting out, down 1.84%, down 2%, down 3%. But again, you can't trust these initial moves. I remember seeing it down 5% before it pumps like 10%. So up 1% now. And here we go, up 1.8%, up 2%, 2.3%. Okay, so looks like starting out good, maybe. Still holding around 3%. Holding on. 3.5% now. Okay, now we're cooking. 3.73%. Okay, we're getting out closer to 4% now. Remember, the swing was 7%, the IV, so what was the poll? Okay, we're ending the poll now, so up 4% now officially. Bitcoin, everything would rally off of that. Yeah, the futures have gone positive because the market driver is having positive results. It happens. This is liquidity, global liquidity you're watching. Bitcoin will correlate exceptionally to Nvidia, and if Nvidia gives it all back, then Bitcoin's not going to have a good time. Future's not going to have a good time. Where it was up 4%, it's only up 1.5% right now. So now it's flat. Now it's red. Chat, do you hear how crazy? We've lost the 4% gains. Now we're down 2%. Nvidia is not pumping. Wave set. It's not. It's down 2% now. It's down 3% now, chat. It's down 4% now, chat. That's an 8% swing from the high to the low after hours. Type in the chat. Now it's flat. Now it's 2. Now it's whatever. Okay, it's flat. Okay, so it ends up pretty much being a nothing burger. It's a nothing burger, chat, it seems like. And what was the, look at the Nvidia earnings. We had 300 votes because we didn't, it was so short, but 34% of y'all said up, 32% said down, 32% said nothing burger. It is, I mean, unless you're up 4 or 5% and it's sustained and staying up, then it's nothing burger. So the nothing burgers are winning right now. Yeah, nothing. So iron condors win, right? You know what this means, kind of? Everyone was at the roulette table, putting their money on red and black, few numbers and stuff, and what happens? Seems like right now, the ball just landed on the green 00. Everyone that bet lost. No, basically everyone loses. 9% IV? I thought it was 7. Yeah, it's up 1.3%, man. I don't know if you're going to get anything crazier than that. I mean, maybe the conference call might do something. Bitcoin's back to what? Excuse me, Don? You need to get your reading glasses prescription changed because that's not a 9, that's an 8. Okay. Yep, sorry. Up 0.5%. It would be surprising to see mega pumps now, because that was it. It was 4% up, 4% down. Now just hanging around. Dude, all over the place. But it's just kind of like a car stuck in the mud spinning its wheels. Which I guess in the end, earnings that doesn't do anything after hours is good. It's probably bad technically, because like you needed a godlike breakaway gap. We're talking Nvidia's up 12-15% after hours to, I think, keep this train rolling. Because the context is so bad. The third peak and the third peak's a gap fill and a bearish back test. The key resistance as resistance. So it's nothing burger. Michael Saylor's been buying long time before 100K. It's too big. Man, May to June last year was so nuts. But yeah, we're the same price we were at June 18th of last year. Oh, of course he did. He bought a lot at 100K, a lot in the 90s. Absolutely. But dude, he's long term. You're not thinking about it like, where's Bitcoin going to be in 5 years? Probably higher. Due to history. History just tells you, yeah. M2 bottom. Money supply bottom. That sounds crazy. M2 bottom. What are you talking about bottom, dude? Oh, a short-term bottom, maybe. Dude, they're not going to stop printing money. Didn't they pass a bill yesterday that would increase the deficit still? So we knew this, though. We knew it doesn't matter who gets put in power. No one's going to be fiscally responsible. But in the same breath, come on, dude. Doge, what it's doing. I would rather, if we're going to devalue our purchasing power to crazy levels, I would rather we have a utopian society where all that money printing goes into bridges and new buildings and roads and education. I mean, like, for real though, not like, oh, we're saying it's education but we're grifting and it's just money laundering, right? That's what Doge is for. So if you're going to keep spending money, fine, but like, let's actually spend it the right way. And there are right ways to spend tax money, for sure. There are right ways to be fiscally responsible and quality of life like gets somewhat better. We've spent like, in the past like 30, 40 years, we've sent like collectively like $4 or $5 trillion to like third world countries. What has that done? What really of us spending that much money on that goes to these corrupt gangs, like these people, the cartels of these third world countries? That money and aid goes to them. So what is it like? Foreign aid taking money from poor people in a rich country and sending it to rich people in a poor country. I mean, that's what we've done. Think about all that money. Our cities could have looked like all the cities in China. Yeah, those cities, South Korea, I mean, they look beautiful. Singapore, we could have had that. It was robbed from us to enrich a bunch of grifting commies in our government. So M2, this is M2. Money supply, money stock, whatever. Federal Reserve, not going to go down. I mean, I hope so. That'd be great. But it'd be bad because the only reason the stock market keeps going up the way it does is it is the market repricing its valuations due to this, due to circulating money supply. So, like, look what happened. You see this down here? Money supply went down like this, right? And what happened to the stock market? We had almost an entire year downtrend, lower highs, lower lows. Crypto devastated. So you do not want this to go down for the sake of financial markets, because they will implode. They will. That's, yeah. You stop this, they're going to dump really hard. So. Anyway, let's check back on Nvidia. Nothing burger still, or yep, it's down 0.43%, chat. So the nothing burgers have it. Yeah, gold is actually up now 0.06% on the day. Gold was the play for the past month, 5 weeks. Whew. Quite anticlimactic. So Chloe.
CHLOE super chatted $50. Hi, thank you for your stream. Did we look at SUI yet? Can we take a look at Apple too? If we looked at those, then I'd love to look at Amazon.
Chloe, thank you. Well, we at one point in the stream we looked at all the Mag 7s, but we can look at SUI right now. Let's do it. Why not? Apparently SUI was like the next largest crypto. It's one of the top ones in the world. You can't even believe it. But yeah, situation like this. This is not the time to own an asset. You are on the other side of the fence of momentum. Right? There's a time and a place to care about an asset. And you know what this is like H-bar. It's like they are just delayed. Anything below $2.97, $3 to $3.19, $3.20, hands off. Hands off. The downside potential where the asset is trading at right now, Chloe, is I think about 23% to 30% downside from here. And it wouldn't be weird. Look what's happening. I mean, until we get new data that would invalidate this argument, what's going on? I think you know what's going on. What is that? What is this? You got some pretty aggressive distribution going on. That big red candle right there was a big technical event. We breached a key level that we really needed to hold on to, and the buyers couldn't do it. So now what was once a support, most recently this month, 2 times, has flipped to resistance. So until they recapture 320 and then they make some local higher highs, you cannot like this. There's a line in the sand for a reason, and it's other levels. So you got over 20% downside below $3 given enough time, okay? That 200 moving average sitting there, skating along it, probably not going to hold. And what would you wait for? You think Sui's going to take over the world. Sui's got AI connections, man. It's a new crypto. You know what it'll end up doing when it's all said and done? $1, $1.07. Oh, it'll take a little while to get there. It might take 4 or 5 months. Eventually 140. The 88% retrace is 107. You wouldn't even believe it. You'd rage quit. People would just be like, I'm done with this stream. I can't take this. I can't believe it. But it's like they always end up doing it. It's not an investor's market. SUI is not an investment. It's something that somebody, oh, look, I can identify an M shape, and wow, there's a spring back test here back in September. And then this happens, and that was the party. You are looking at an asset that the party ended. Party ended back in early January. New year, new price action. That's certain.
Hey BRO. Ethereum is at the 200 weekly moving average. It's always been a good buy at the 200 WMA. Buy now, thank me later. BRO trust me. BRO trust me. 0.04013646 LTC.
Just close the fucking door. Close the door.
Well, Eric Trump, thanks so much, dude, for the contribution, man. And it's in all caps. Well, okay, Trump's live for his first cabinet meeting. We'll throw him a super chat. Brad. Yeah. So, IMO, there is only evidence that
Market participants are offloading their position of SUI. That's all I got for you. Hey, we break $3, $3.20. Ping me in the Citadel. Ping me as soon as it happens, but for now, this is kind of a worst case scenario. You just haven't caught follow through yet, but you just wait. This isn't special. It was special for its time, but the time has concluded with the buying climax. All right. What was that? Dude, did you hear about Ethereum on the weekly? Ethereum on the weekly, 200 week moving average. No. It's not. It's below it. Even look at this log scale. Guess what? You're talking about demand line. This is very bad. Okay. You got a demand line that goes back to June of 2022. Multi-year demand line. Broken, being confirmed. Look at the weekly. Going for the lowest weekly candle close since minimum January last year. We're talking about going for a year, the lowest close in a year, 4 days. But you, in a way, are maybe possibly resolving this. I wouldn't call it a triangle, too much white space, but this price contraction is possibly resolving, beginning to resolve with a breakdown and a breach of the 200-week moving average. Yeah, they end up recovering, but win bids. I think you probably need to go see 2100 again, maybe this week. Yeah, that's a really bad technical development. What was once a support for multiple years is flipped to resistance, really. Rejection. 200 moving average really broken. So, and what's really bad about all this, you know what really happened? I mean, this is like the most difficult pill to swallow. But think about it. I mean, you couldn't even make an 88% retrace from the high. You just can one top, second top. I mean, you're like confirming a top of a huge M shape, multi-year M shape. So that's like, man. It's not good. How about a Bitcoin's weekly? Yeah, nothing here. I mean, really nothing till 73.8. 73,800.
Stodge tip $25.44. Hey Mitch, can you look at his must on Coinbase? Thanks. 0.011000000
ASM. ASM on Coinbase. Sure, Stash. We can do that. We can take a gander right now, I think. We can. Stock market futures just kind of red. You know, Nvidia, we can tell Nvidia is not really going anywhere. Probably down a little bit on the day still. ASM, some S coin I don't think I've ever heard of. Assemble AI. I'm Ron Burgundy, assembling. Well, a lot of data. Wow. It's actually not the worst thing in the world. Remember what happened? Assemble AI chat. Dude, look at this. Context, right? Long-sitted collapse, X8, BCD. Look at all that price action down there at the 886. And look what it proceeds to do. One of the biggest crazy runs, I mean, definitely in its history. But it had a drawdown. What did it do, chat? Was it going to change the world? For a while it was, and then what did they do? 88% retrace. And now, looking really good. Another potential higher low. I know he's requesting it because he's like, dude, is that an M shape with a type 2 return? Potentially as of today, but just testing a level, 3.8 cents. as support resistance. Yeah, really hard to... Where is the big... It's a zone, obviously. Look how many times... Like, resistance, 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 resistance recently. I mean, so many times. So, I'll paint it for you. I don't know if it's deep enough. It doesn't look like an 886. It was close, 786, but not quite deep enough for the 886, right? It's just like a bat. Yeah, B points of 50%. Dang, it was real close, man. Look at that. Dang. That is a reaction. So, yeah, you're onto something here. I mean, bunch of higher lows coming in. I've seen worse. Look at that. There's a demand line that goes back to the lowest low, August 2024. You see this low multiple times, then another test here, December. Look at this test. Wow. So, I know it's up 20% today. But, yeah, I don't think you would want to own it below 2.9 cents. But, dang, above that level, pretty interesting. This is actually an interesting looking asset. For now, okay, until they rug pull it, because they do that. I mean, it's hard to want to buy something that's at 21% on the day. That's really tough. But maybe if we get some pullback, again, despite wherever you bought or whenever, you just wouldn't want to own it probably below 2.8 cents. But for now, they keep showing forms of accumulation. There's a continuation M shape here. There's maybe a type 2 return possibly getting painted right now. Yeah, but it's up against resistance. Context. This is the best context for M shapes ever, right? When they develop at like crazy bottoms. I've seen M shapes like this play out for sure, but I've also seen M shapes like this just dud out, like they don't even catch bids and they just collapse. But this one's been really trying here. So a very interesting chart. Okay. Nice request, actually. Staj, surprised. Okay, we're still right around 84K off those 4-hour highs. We're at 85K. We're now $1,000. And that was Nvidia. Nvidia at one point after hours was up over 4%. Rep, it's not great. It's not great, man. But the market expected it. That's all it meant. The market expected that Nvidia just had an all-time record income. They knew. So you have to know, you don't have, like when you do what your Nvidia is doing, like everything's expected. So you would have to like come out with some revolutionary innovation, which they just recently did with Blackwell, whatever, AI and their chips. In January they brought that up. All the 5 series 5090s. Gonna have it. It just keeps swimming. Are we cooked? Yeah, it's cooked. I mean, like, right? I mean, what's not cooked about the market? Here's Doge. From its peak from December 8th, Doge has lost 58% of its value in 80 days. That's cooked. Certainly, you'd be out of your mind to say it's not cooked.
Hey again, bro. Sorry for the caps dog. You can trust me. I meant to say the 200 weekly exponential moving average.
Oh, yeah,
my
man.
charters are saying 2,300 is the 200 weekly EMA. That's good, right? I'm trying to get people to buy. Trust me, bro. 0.0400705 to LTC.
It's definitely Eric Trump, bro. Thanks, man. Well, I'm just going with simple moving averages. They've served me well, and you're below the simple moving average, which is clearly not good. So get wrecked, Eric Trump. Remember, Ethereum's down 20% since he told everyone to buy Ethereum now and thank him later. And then he deleted the thank me later part because he knew how bad it'd be if what has happened happened. So the question just keeps swimming says, are we cooked? Solana down 55% in 38 days. Yes, that is certainly what we would consider cooked, barbecued, cooked goose. But dude, wait, what about other coins? H-bar, it's cooked. It's not as cooked, but it's pretty bad. From its highest high, it's down 52% in 40 days. That's definitely cooked, and it's not even over. Like, you would think probably 8 cents eventually. It might take time, though, lots of time. Chainlink, what about Chainlink? We were going to link chains, man. Yeah, you know, from the high in December to now, it's down 51% in 75 days. That's good.
About Nvidia call options for strike 135 March 28th.
Chloe, what do I think about those? 138. I really wouldn't be considering a long position on Nvidia right now, due to what we've just witnessed, right? Like, again, it could be completely misread. Like, I'm misreading it, right? But I'm just identifying what I've identified on any asset where you see a high, a sell-off, a lower high. Why lower high? Less than before? Then a gap down on DeepSeek AI rumor stuff, right? Crap the market out. But then they finally pivoted. It was down 18%. And then the rally to do what? To just go fill the gap, because everyone loves to fill a gap. Huh? Yeah. They filled the gap. But then they formally back tested 140 as resistance. That's the most recent discernible event on this chart, is that. Those two things. And that's just the third peak. So obviously anyone can buy call options, but we would, if we're wanting to buy call options, don't we want this setup? I mean, I think if you're like trying to buy calls, you're looking for this type of setup where it's just such a no-brainer. $3, bottom of support, second test, bullish divergence in the weekly and daily at the same time, U-shaped volume signature. Everything in the world made sense for a call option here on ACHR. When you're looking at Nvidia, you do not have anything like that. You don't have an edge in any capacity. In fact, like, some of the data is suggesting it's not good. Some of the data is like, hey man, classic distribution, but hey, above the 200, but hidden bearish divergence is there. You're kind of like, you'd be saying buy call options on an asset that is showing classic distribution with on the third peak, bearish back test, implied continuation downward. I mean, that's it. So you would be kind of bucking the variables that exist. But I get it. Number go up. Nvidia is the best company in the world, I think, for sure. Like, I'm talking fundamentally, this is the best money-making machine humans have ever produced since the beginning of civilization. This is it. You're looking at it. So I'm just saying, like, so long term, man, like, you just DCA into Nvidia for the rest of your life. Okay? But we're talking like technicals and trade setups and buying some call options. I mean, it's probably not the best time for that, but you could, and it could very well hit. But I think you're kind of in a coin flip situation on that. And maybe not even. Maybe like the house has an edge because you'd be going against the third valley or the third peak, the formal bearish back test, the gap fill, the hidden bearish divergence, the weak earnings, right? Great earnings, but flat. What? This should have killed it, right? No, market already knew they were going to kill it. So no. And then the fact that you're looking at the index funds that are just like, just the SPY itself. I mean, just exhaustion. They keep trying and trying and trying, and they just keep.
I need you to create a YouTube video just talking sense into people so I can listen to it during morning meditations. It's okay if you're mean in it. Even better.
It's okay if I'm mean in it. All right. Well, I think Grok, right? New Grok 3.0. He has an unfiltered version of that, and it's hilarious. And he curses. Talking sense into people. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm just really talking about price action, and I'm trying to decipher what the price action represents. And it does represent things. And it's not perfect. Things go the other way all the time. But you can't, I'm not going to apologize for attempting to address what this represents. Thank you, Chloe. I haven't chat. Sorry, I gotta like all these. Okay, we're good. So Bitcoin on the 4-hour has gone red again. What's going on? I think my YouTube. Okay. Yeah, it kind of crashed. Hello, is this stream on? Yeah, looks like we're okay. Yeah, just going back to Bitcoin on the big screen. See how close we are to the 200. Why not test it? We will. 81.8 or whatever was the same on the other chart. Yeah, 81.8 on deck. Surprised we didn't hit it at the lows. I mean, we got to 82.1. Is this the frick? Been live now 2.5 hours, chat, so extremely extended for the earnings coverage, for the price action coverage in crypto. A lot of assets seeing fresh lows, including Bitcoin itself. If you don't know, if you're tuning in, Bitcoin's RSI on the daily is at its lowest level since August of 2023. So that's a very notable event ongoing. Taking out all 8 months consolidation we saw last year, all that didn't matter. This is worse. The Larry come latelys. They've already left though. Yeah, so 2 hours 8 minutes till Bitcoin's daily candle close. So that means Bitcoin's daily candle close going for the lowest since November 10th. Just got to wonder, I mean, we got about 9 minutes till the futures market, US futures closes for an hour. And typically what I've seen is during that period where the futures are closed, the price can actually rally. So maybe we're in store for 60 minutes of the sellers taking the foot off the gas. Well, I mean, the long-term trend's fine. It's just, you're talking about technicals, and it's like there's no technical support anywhere. It's just not. And you can react to the 200, and we know 77K is the CME futures gap, so that's definitely in the cards. It's a possibility. So no one's lost faith in Bitcoin being fundamentally decentralized currency. That's not what people are worried about. People are just worried about the price of Bitcoin. Yeah, well, I think we're good, man. I think we're good. Done everything I can to provide value today to your lives, at least the best of my ability. And if that's not good enough, whatever, I can't say I didn't put in my effort. So yeah, Bitcoin's down $4,500 today, but in 3 days, in less than 3 days technically, Bitcoin lost $14,599 worth of its value. Yeah, Discord, yeah, I'll send the link. Sorry about that. I didn't do that, did I? Brad just posted it, but I'll do it too. For the memes, there's the Discord link. I know the old one got retired. Ran out of invites. But so far, so good on the Wyckoff distribution schematic so far. Wow. It's kind of beautiful, isn't it? Good way to navigate, at least. because we don't know for sure, but we had, you know, we could lean a certain way, and it was leaning not great. So thank you all for coming out. Thanks for likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. Big Mike, thanks for that 275 today. Kings, man. So I'll be back. Till next time. Respects the T. A.